to stage. There we go. Welcome. Hey guys, what's going on? We are streaming live on Facebook. This is Brent Attaway, and if I don't know you, then it is an honor to meet you. We are going to be talking about some fun stuff today. It's going to be actually pretty quick. Let me know if you're here in the chat somewhere. I want to know. I know when we do a live streaming, I'm going to be looking over here at my other screen as well. But let me know that you're here so I just see that. You could also enter when you join the live stream. If you join it, like actually it allows you to enter it into the live stream. You can enter your name. That's helpful. Otherwise, it will just say Facebook user because I'm using something called StreamYard. And so you can all join from there. Hopefully we'll see you here. If you guys would post a comment, that would be awesome. I'm looking. Anything. We're going to be going over. I'm going to wait here to see if I see any comments. And if not, then no big deal. This will actually be a short meeting, which is totally fine as well. So what I'm going to be going over, the reason why I decided to do this last minute is if you didn't hear, if you didn't know, I'm going to do the entire week next week is a free series of masterclasses that I'm doing on follow-up. So I'm calling it the follow-up masterclass series. Very creative, right? And so we're going to be going live on Monday, or excuse me, I'm going to be dropping a new training actually, so you can just binge watch it. And I'm going to drop that training Monday morning, and you can binge watch that. And then we're going to go live the following, and a couple days later on Wednesday, I'm going to go live and answer all your questions on that training, just like this. And then from there, not only will we go live from there, I'll drop the next training on Thursday next week. So we'll get training number 2, and then I'll go live again on Saturday. We'll talk a little more, and then I'm going to go for the final training of the 3 out of 3 series here. The final training I'm actually going to do live. It's not going to be on demand. And so there is a schedule and there is a method to the madness here to help you get the most out of this. I also made sure it was on the weekend part of the time as well, because I know many of you, that's the most time you have to actually attend a training and get the most out of it, right? And so I'll share my screen if needed, but I wanted to answer questions really right now, and just answer questions on why I'm doing the live. If you have questions regarding what topics are we going to cover, what time is everything, the quick answer to all of that is if you just went to ilovefumoney.com, it should take you there. The other one, there's several websites out there. You can go and they'll all direct to the registration page, and just go ahead and register for here. Let me make sure I'm telling you this right. I'm going to go to ilovefumoney.com, and it should take you to the registration page. Yep, it does. It takes you to the registration page, and it just has you enter your details, and you'll be registered for the entire series. Now, one of the main questions is, do I have to be at all of them in order to get access to them? No, you don't. I would advise you go through it in sequential order. So on Monday, I'm dropping the first training, and then Thursday, I'm dropping the second one, and then Sunday we go live, but I'm also recording that. Well, let's say Saturday is the first time you even have time. Well, then I would don't just join Sundays. I would go back and watch Mondays, and then Thursdays, and then join Sundays, right? So if Saturday is the first time you're even thinking about it. Here's the cool part too, guys. I've really done everything I can to make, because this is a free training, or just because this is a free training, I'm not just making it like, it's not a bunch of sales pitchy stuff or anything like that. It's literally as if I'm creating a course for you. And I sat down and broke it down, just how I create my paid courses. In fact, this is identical to how I do my paid courses, which I usually do for about $300 after all the bargains and bonuses and everything. So you're getting this for free this time instead of $300. And what I'm going to do is break it down over this week so you can consume it in a way that's not overwhelming. So it's actually 30 to 35 minutes total. I've created the first training. The one that I'm going to drop, the first one is called the framework, and it's the exact 4-phase framework that I'm going to be going over, that I teach in my book, that I set up in all of my clients at this point, what I've set up in my own businesses. It's exactly how to do follow-up in these 4 phases. And until you understand that framework, it really doesn't, it's very hard to do follow-up the correct way. You can do it okay. You can do it at a level, but it's not going to be at a level that you're going to want to invest your time and energy into. This is the way I'm going to show you, is the way that makes it easy for you. So there's that. That's why that's Monday. And then on Thursday, and you'll be able to binge watch that, less than 35 minutes. You'll have it all down. You'll know exactly the framework. I'll even give you the download, like a free PDF or download of the map of how it looks and a visual map of it. Thursday is going to be, now that you understand the framework, we're actually going to go over what I'm going to call prepare to win. And what I mean by that is most people don't follow up because they're just not organized. They're not prepared. And that's me too. If I'm not doing my follow up, that's what's happening. We don't have our pipeline. We don't have a CRM. We don't have our segmentation. We don't have a calendar. We don't have things in place. And we don't have the tools and or structure or the way of thinking that keeps you organized. And I'm going to show you exactly how I break down my sales pipelines, how I segment my lists or the leads that I get into buckets of certain types of, and to make it simple for me to know who to follow up with quickly. And then also automatically in many cases, right? And so we're going to go over that on Thursday. We're going to go over how to set up your, I'm so surprised that people still don't use like automated calendars for bookings, that they don't send out reminders, and why, right? I know why people have the objection and don't send out reminders, but I will debunk that and argue that one all day. And I'll show you the proof and the numbers and the statistics that actually prove that you should remind your prospects that your appointment is coming soon. It actually shows you that you get more shows and more closed deals if you put in the right type of reminder sequence. So I'll show you on Thursday. We'll go over that. Okay. I call it I call it the exorcist system, the exorcist. That's right. And that's basically, it's a fun play on no more ghosted appointments. And it's how you prevent those from ever happening to you at all. Like have a 99% show rate on your booked appointments. Okay. So that's Thursday. Sunday is the third part of the series. So now you know the framework, right? Then you know exactly the organization that you need. So you have the framework, and then you organize yourself and you get it all ready. So now it's like, okay, so what the hell do I say and when do I say it, Brent? So like in your follow-ups, what do you say and when do you say it? Like what's the timing and what's too pushy and what's too light? Like how do I get sales in my follow-up? Like I don't want to just be like sending out, hey man, just checking in with you. That's not a good thing to do, by the way. I'm not suggesting that at all either. But I'll show you my approach, which is very, very unique, especially in home services. You rarely see people do this. I would say it's like 0.5% of businesses and sales reps do it this way. And so, and I think it's because it's overwhelming when they look at it. And what I'm going to show you is actually how to make it underwhelming. It's easy. It's the opposite of overwhelm. It's like, oh, wow. So I can just do 1, 2, and 3 steps, and I'll have this whole thing set up so where all my messaging goes out and I'm ready to go. And I send the right messages to the right people at the right time, right? So now picture the whole series, right? You've got your framework, you've got the organization, so you can follow up with the right people. And now you've got yourself the right messaging and the right cadence, the right sequence. I'm going to show you that all together. And then in between that, like if you didn't hear me earlier, guys, I'm actually doing live calls in between. I'm going to, I'll send the, I guess when you register, you'll get the schedule, by the way. So don't try to memorize all of this. If you want to register, go to ilovefumoney.com and you'll see that you can just register. Okay. So ilovefumoney.com and you can register, and then it gives you the schedule, everything I'm talking about right now. But I wanted to be here now that you guys understand that. And I've had a few people here live with me now. What questions do you have? Anybody? Go ahead and type them in the chat. Give me some questions. And if you want, if I can bring you on as well, if you would like to join us, you can type in the chat and I can bring you on live if you'd like. Yeah. What questions do you guys have me for? Oh, here, I got you. Leo, is your system built into CRMX? Yes, it is. But it's still something worth, hopefully you'll still attend with us, Leo. So, for next week, because it's CRMX. Anybody watching is the CRM that I own, that we do follow up, and all, not just follow up, it's a whole setup for a sales team to, or a salesperson to get more sales from their leads. Well, the answer is yes, it's built into CRMX naturally. But also, when you come to this training next week, I'm going to be going over the psychology and some of the tricks I use to stay productive with it. Not with CRMX necessarily, but with any CRM that this will work for, and then how I go about applying it. And so, okay, good. So in a CRM, this is what I would do. Here's how I would set up the pipeline. Here's how I would set up my calendars. Here's how, based on if you have a team of round robin versus equal distribution. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. But I'm trying to say that's the type of stuff we're going to cover. Cool, Leo. I'm glad you're planning on it, man. I'm looking forward to having you there. Good question. What other questions you guys have regarding the free follow-up training series masterclass that I'm doing next week? What other questions? Anything? Leo says, I'm planning on it. Good, good. I know one of the big questions is going to be the schedule. So if I didn't, I know I did a big, long, drawn out, but in summary, we have 3 training sessions and 2 live Q&A sessions. That's in summary. So then it becomes, well, which one is which, right? So if you want to know, the easiest way is just to register and you'll see the schedule. That's the easiest way. But it's going to be available to you even if you can't attend them all. They're not all live. They're actually on demand. And then a couple of them are live. Okay. So just register is the easy answer. I love fumoney.com. And then you'll get all the reminders. You'll get the schedule overview. You'll know exactly what to do. But Monday is our first training. It drops. It's on demand. And it's like a little mini binge watch series of follow-up mastery. You're going to love it. So I show you, I literally start with my best first foot forward and just reveal exactly how I go about setting up a 4-phase framework. That is all about like it gives you the exact 4 phases. It gives you exactly how to go about it, how to implement it, and what type of results you can expect from it. So it's pretty cool. And by the way, everything I'm going to show you, it doesn't matter which CRM you use, or even if you don't have a CRM, a lot of the concepts are still going to help you. So if you're a sales rep, it's like, I don't have a CRM, my company has a CRM, that's fine. What I'm going to show you, you can use to get more sales. It's pretty cool. In fact, I would say this training series is mostly for sales reps and sales managers. Certainly if you own a sales org or have a sales org within your team or within your company, I mean, certainly it's obviously going to help you. But the way that I'm going to be training is for the sales rep and the sales manager managing multiple reps. Like, how do you go about your follow-up? Guys, I don't know if you've done the math on follow-up. It's a little bit insane on how much money is left on the table. So that cliche, or old, I shouldn't say cliche, that old saying called the fortunes are in the follow-up, that should be taken literally. That's not just a fun saying. Your fortunes are not in the deals that close today or tomorrow. The ones that you meet with and close within, let's just say within the same, like 4 days. Let's say between now and 4 days from now, all the appointments that you book and leads that you get and that you book and close, no matter how good you are, no matter what, you're going to get about 5%. That's the industry standard. And that's over average. That's statistically speaking. I'm not talking about all your appointments booked, by the way. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all the leads you ever get, whether they're online leads or referrals or this or that. Gather all your leads and put them all into one, and you'll see that you close 5% of your deals, no matter what, over time, especially. So even if you have a good winning streak that month or for a quarter, you're like, no, wait, Brent, I do like 40%. Yeah, I don't think you're counting your numbers right. That, or you don't get any leads, you just get appointments. So, which is not a good place to be in, by the way, because as soon as your appointments, think about it this way, guys. If you're only getting appointments, I'll show you why follow-up's important. But let's say you're one of those people that pretty much just knock doors, and this is fine. I'm not against knocking doors for your only lead source, but just hear me out. If all you do is knock doors, and the only effort you ever make to record somebody's data or information is only when they book an appointment, think about how quickly your sales go away as soon as you stop knocking. Think about that. As soon as you're hurt, sick, or injured, or of some sort, you have no leads and no appointments and no money. And for the next 3 weeks, 3 months, or whatever amount of time, you won't have an income at all. So it's a bit dangerous strategy to not play a long-term game and gather leads and follow up with them. Okay. So you always have got to be gathering leads. And that's the first thing. These are the types of things we'll talk about during the series next week. You're going to love it. I'll go through some of the psychological blocks of why people don't do this. And I'll actually give you some examples, and you'll probably relate to some of them. And then I'll go through the how-to, exactly how I get over that, exactly how I just crush it with anybody's leads. I could take anybody's bucket of leads right now, anyone's, and they can give them to me, and I will get some closed deals out of it. And I won't even know their offer. I'll just figure it out. And it's just about marketing, and it's about marketing with the intent, with the right intent, with follow-up. And give me some time, and I will double the amount of sales that you had gotten from it already. So if you closed 10 deals, if you gathered 1,000 leads and closed 10 deals out of that, 10, you're like 1%, right? I can definitely get 2%. I can get another 10 just through follow-up. If you got 3% and you're at 30 deals out of 1,000 leads, I can get you. I personally could just take that and be like, cool, I'll go get another 30 from those same leads. Thank you. The key is understanding follow-up and understanding the psychology of a prospect. And that's the fun stuff that we'll talk about next week. What other questions do you guys have? We're talking about, I'm just here doing a live, guys, to ask, answer questions regarding this hype going around about this live that's going on next week. That'll be hosting this live masterclass series. Man, my words are crappy right now. It's not necessarily live. I'm going to be dropping 3 trainings next week, Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. And I'm inviting you to it. Go to ilovefumoney.com, register, and you'll see the schedule. But I'm going to be dropping. That's what I'm talking about right now, live. And I want to answer questions just regarding any curiosities, any concerns, any questions whatsoever. Okay. So if you have some, type it in the comments and I will answer them. Where to go to register? ilovefumoney.com. That's that. When's the first training? Monday. This Monday, the 2nd, right? October 2nd. Uh-oh, I should know this off the top of my head. October 2nd. Let's see. I'm looking at my other screen here. Yes, Monday, October 2nd. First training drops 10 a.m. Central Time. I'm on Central Time. Oh, when are we doing the live Q&A? The live Q&As, and I'll just go ahead and advance, like preemptively say why we're doing them first. So why I'm doing live Q&As in between the trainings dropping is because people, it's good to take notes and watch the trainings and get the most out of it at your own pace. So it's at your own leisure and however you like to go about it, right? But then the Q&As are there, so I will personally be on there answering your questions just like this. but a lot more people will be in there, right? So like, and we'll be answering all kinds of questions. You'll see that a lot of people have the same concerns, but different angles, and they'll be asked questions that you would have never thought that are great. So I encourage everybody to attend the lives. Those lives happen in between the training drops. So the first live I'm going to do, so for instance, let me give you an example. Monday is the first training. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to do a Q&A live. And we're just going to talk about any questions you have regarding the first training. So that's it. We're going to go over several things there. How many people are going to be there? We're anticipating so far, we have about 300 people that are going to be, or that'll be registered by the end of today, I would say. By the end of the week, because see, you don't have to necessarily register by Monday and that's it. People can register throughout all next week as well and watch all the trainings, but it's going to be around 2,000 people. So it's going to be a lot of people, maybe even 3,000. So it'll be fun. We'll have some excitement around it, and we'll most people you'll see being talked about quite a bit in all the fun Facebook groups. If you're in solar, at least I'm in solar. If you're not in solar, that's fine. You could be in roofing, you could be in HVAC, you can be in some home services. That's usually what crowds I hang out in, right? But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be some good hype around it. And my goal is just to bring a ton of value. That's why I'm doing it. So I've had a couple of questions like, why are you doing this? What's the catch? The catch is that I hope that I can bring a lot of goodwill to the marketplace, because I sell stuff, guys. At the end of the day, I sell stuff that helps you even more. So if I can show you and demonstrate that I can help you, you might just end up buying something in the future. Who knows? But for now, what I'm going to focus on is delivering value all next week. That's the why. That's why I'm doing this series. My hope is that I just deliver so much value that you would say, why the hell wouldn't I work with Brent on some of this stuff, right? If not, no big deal. It doesn't hurt my feelings. You got a great value out of it and you're good to go. So that's why I'm doing the training series next week, the whole week, absolutely free. If anyone's just coming in right now, we're doing an absolutely free follow-up mastery, masterclass series. So not just one class, we're going to do a series of 3 classes that we're doing. Some of them are on-demand recordings that I'm dropping right in time for you. And then another one, the last one's going to be a live one. Okay. Full transparency, Kern style. Yes, that's right, Matt. Exactly. Yeah. No, I learned at least 50% of what I know. 40 to 50% of what I do in marketing, I've learned from Frank Kern. So like a lot, right? Some Dan Kennedy in there, some all kinds of people, even Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson, I think, and I are the exact same age. 42 or 43. I'm 43. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up, guys, in the next 5 minutes. If you don't have any other questions, I'm just sitting here like swiveling on my chair. Oh, I'm going to use this. Here you go. I got another question. Matt, thank you. Hold on a second. Let me click on this thing. We'll show it on screen. So will you touch on AI with follow-up? Great question. Yes, I will. So I'm actually going to show you in real time how I use AI to formulate follow-up and to create follow-up messaging, especially long-term follow-up. Certainly you can use it in any follow-up at all, but I think where people get caught up, or I know where people get caught the most, is in the long-term follow-up. And so they just don't do anything at all. So I'll show you how I use AI to set yourself up to win that way. Automate some things, but AI, not necessarily for automated. I'm talking about how to generate the content that you would use to follow up over time. So if you do want to automate your long-term follow-up, you can use AI to get most of that built and really good and personal to your brand. I'll show you how I do it personal to your brand and make it sound in your voice. And I hear all the time people are like, I just posted in the Facebook, one of the Facebook groups the other day, saying, hey, if you haven't tried out using AI to help with your follow-up, then you should try it. And you get so many weird opinions on it. But the ultimate weird opinion to me is that it's not personal. I'm like, have you guys actually, that just shows me that you guys anyone who's saying that, not you guys listening, but maybe, that means you have not even tried using it. I can tell. The people who have and that's typical. The people who have an opinion about something are the ones that haven't even tried it full out. They haven't even put that much time into it. And they have the strongest opinion against it. Isn't that funny? They don't have an educated opinion. They just have an uneducated opinion, and therefore it's stupid. So, oh, and by the way I talk right now, this is how our training will go. If you don't like this, do not show up to to our trainings. Another question, selfish question. Selfish question. While I have you, can you have multiple pipelines on the CRMX? That's a CRM for everyone listening. As in pipelines for different EPCs I work for example, or a solar pipeline and a real estate pipeline under one account. Technically, yes, you can. You can have multiple pipelines technically. Will it get muddy and cause some possible cross wiring that way between real estate and solar specifically, Matt? Yes, it will cause some. You have to be careful. Now, certainly, you should have multiple pipelines. I think for different types of like EPCs. If you want, you don't actually have to do that. You can organize it differently. I wouldn't do pipelines for EPCs. What I would do is have all one pipeline, as long as the pipeline process is the same for all your EPCs. And then what you would do is either use a tagging or what's called a custom field, and put which EPC they're part of. And you can filter by that in your pipeline. Hey, just show me everybody that's with this custom field or with EPC A in my pipeline. And it'll only show you those. So I'm guessing that's why you want it with pipelines for different EPCs, so you can filter. Well, you can have one pipeline and just filter by EPC, or see it all in one view if you want to see everybody. When it comes to, so certainly that's totally fine. That's why you want multiple pipelines. The time that it gets cross wiring is when you try to build multiple companies into one CRM. I don't even do that, by the way. I make myself another CRMX account if I'm going to build another company. Okay. So my son has a photography business built on CRMX, done. SolarCon is built on CRMX, separate account. Solar Academy built on or on CRMX, different account, right? Like, we're not trying to crosswire anything just because there's too many things that can happen that you would accidentally send out an email blast to the wrong people, or accidentally send out a text, or accidentally do something that wasn't supposed to go to that general group of people, right? So, Chad, Adam, what's up? Chad, didn't you already have? I swear you had CRMX. Yeah? No? Am I just going crazy? I do not. Oh, Chad, look, you're like a bot. You're worse than me. Chad just admitted he's a bot, everybody. I do not. No, man. I need the bot. Got it. Yeah. I hear you. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, the AI bot. I hear you. I won't go too much into that. That's not the purpose of today's, but like, come on, buddy. I get you, Chad. I'm just playing, man. Yes, you can get the bot. It's just an upgrade in the CRM. So that's an AI. Anyone watching, this isn't supposed to be about CRMX, so I won't go deep into that. Just Chad, reach out to the team. Little chat bubble in the bottom right. Say, hey, I want to upgrade to get the AI bot built into my CRM X account, and they'll take care of you from there. Matt, you're welcome. Matt, did that answer your question, by the way? Like, I hope that was clear, because I kind of went off on a tangent. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. It's been about 30 minutes. So good to chat with you. Hopefully this has been helpful. You are going to see more and more hype. I mean, again, 2,000 to 3,000 people are going to register for this series by this time next week, which is Friday next week. We will already have had at least 1,500 to 2,000 people sign up, and by the end of the following week, we'll have had around 2,000 people come in and join and watch the recordings, even because they'll realize and get the FOMO of like, oh shit, I didn't even like pay attention to what was going on and how much free training was given out here. So Monday through Sunday next week, Monday through Sunday next week, October 2nd to October 8th, October 2nd to October 8th, you're going to see trainings drop for you. And all you got to do is register to get access to the trainings, and they're absolutely free. And some of them are live and some of them are pre-recorded for you to just binge watch. Okay. And it's guys, I'm not asking for a bunch of your time. I don't think it's not necessary, but it is, as you know, anything worth getting a return of money, ROI of your money, is going to take a little bit of time. So I've made sure it's under 35 minutes on anything you can binge watch. Okay. And so understand, next week, you're going to get these trainings. They're going to drop for you. And it's one on Monday. You can binge watch that whenever you can, in the evening, the morning, whatever. And then one on Thursday. And then on Sunday, we're actually going to go live like this. And I'm going to do the training and then answer your questions right after. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to give away some prizes. We're going to have all kinds of fun. I just want to bring massive value for that whole week, all about follow-up, all about getting money out of the leads that you already have. You've already done the effort. You've already knock those doors and spend time doing it, or you got those referrals. You paid all the ad spend, and you still have all these leads stacked up. I don't care if they're 2 years old or 3 years old or 2 days old or 2 hours old. I'm going to show you a 4-phase framework to use to follow up with your leads the right way, the right people, the right time, and you will convert more of those sales or those leads into sales. And I'll show you how to do it even automagically, and using AI even, and using good old-fashioned just your thumbs to type it if you want. It doesn't have to be automatic or AI. I will just show you the right process and system to do that. So if that's for you, register ilovefumoney.com. ilovefumoney.com. FU stands for follow up. ilovefumoney.com. Go register right now, and I'll see you all next week. We're going to have some fun. So, of course, you're going to get to work and still do what you're doing. Go make some money throughout the week. But I'll see you a few times next week, at least in the recordings or maybe on some lives. And I'm here to have some fun with you, to answer your questions, to banter back and forth a little bit. Nothing's worth doing if there isn't any bantering, guys. Like, come on. And then even give out some melon hats, because I'm a melon hat fan. If you don't have a melon hat, and if you are a melon, or if you're just a hat fan, welcome to the world of melon hats. I'm going to give out some of those just for fun. And then I also have some books to give out, follow-up fortunes. I'll do some signed copies and ship them right out to you. But you got to be attending live on our live sessions to win. So, and I'm just at random too. It's going to be fun. So I'll give out several dozen of them. And I even have some swag. Oh, I don't have one of them with me. Dang it. I have some swag. I love FU Money t-shirts. I have some coasters. If you want some coasters, I'm using this one, hence the watermark on that on the back. So I got a bunch of coasters that we can give out. We can ship you all kinds of stuff. We got to keep it fun, y'all. So hopefully we'll see you all next week and be able to have some good old follow-up fun and make some money even next week. If you guys will implement some of that, that's my challenge to you. If you implement some of this even next week, you'll get some sales. Isn't that interesting? You get to attend a free training all week throughout the week and get a sell by the end of the week if you just do a little bit of what I say and even kind of screw it up. You can screw up this whole thing, do it halfway, not even halfway decent, like 10% okay, and you'll still get results. But I'm going to show you how to do better than 10% or 20% or more. I'm going to show you how to just crush it with your follow-up. So you're going to love it. All right, I'm out. Later, guys. I don't see any more questions, so I am going to jump off. Thanks, guys. Later.